Hi Pisces, welcome to your birthday month. This is the traditional time. Your birthday year is your personal new year, and it begins with the moon in Cancer, water sign, and of course where the sun is, it's in between Neptune, your modern ruling planet, and Chiron. And Chiron in Pisces says there's opportunity where when it crosses over your sun, if you were born around the 5th of March and Chiron is close to your sun sign, 5th, 6th, 7th, then that energy is saying that there's opportunity even though you can't see it. It's very interesting because Chiron is traditionally called the wounded healer, that which wounds us. We can become strong from those wounds and therefore support and help others. And that's why there can be a very subtle but hidden and unseen opportunity that presents itself. The week moves towards the culmination of the full moon on the 5th. And the full moon in Virgo is this yearly full moon in your sign, from your sun sign, about balancing between what you do for others and what you want to do for yourself. There's an illumination, there's a reflection energy that's happening. It is a pretty intense full moon, as we have Venus, that which we love and value, square Pluto, conjunct Uranus. So this can bring some changes up around relationships, around a personal romantic relationship, or just people that we know, or something or someone that we really care about. You can see changes happening in your world around you. The Saturn retrograde on the 14th of March so Saturn goes retrograde once a year. It's stationed, and whenever that happens, it's a beam of Saturn energy, which is, are you being responsible in your world? But it's truly about being responsible for ourselves. And wherever we might, our higher self can nudge us back on path, that there is a higher purpose to our life that we don't always see, we don't always know. And the Saturn energy, when we get off track, things can come up that bug us, that are a little bit more difficult than normal, to put us back on track. As Mercury has gone into your sign, Mercury has gone into Pisces, and it's square that Saturn energy, it can be a strong time for you to be very clear and conscious and think about what makes your life authentically yours. Are you serving a higher purpose, or your soul's purpose, your higher self purpose? So can be some strong thinking around that weekend in that respect. And also, just 2 days later, we have the exact Uranus-Pluto square, which has been going on for a couple years, and it's a vibration on the planet of revolution. You can see all the upset across the globe. Yet for you personally, it's suggesting that your own personal revolution can be about a change in your values and stirring things up, discovering your talents, discovering what you can do. There's no more like, okay, I can't do this anymore. This is what I can do. A shift in belief in yourself and a sudden realization of, wait a minute, I can develop this skill. I can develop this talent, whether it is something that you literally want to develop for a career, which some of this is indicating, or it's something that you want to develop for your own personal growth, which this is absolutely another indication. And it may impact who you hang out with, your friends, who you associate with. It can impact that. You can find a transformation when you discover that there's other groups, other people, other friends that you connect with and help and support you in that path and development. The new moon in Pisces is a solar eclipse. So now this is a shift from the eclipses have been in the Libra Aries axis. And let's still have a little bit of that. But a subtle shift. But hey, solar eclipse is always a big boom when it's in your sign. But it's the very last day of the sun in Pisces. Very last day. And it's on a fixed star called Shiat, which represents sorrow and suffering. And there is sorrow on the world. There is suffering on the world, right? You can see it in the news. There's situations that really, as humanity, how can we transcend this? How can we move beyond that? And the answer is tapping into compassion. That to develop yourself, to develop the compassion within yourself, understanding within yourself, and doing your world, your little piece, living to your highest good, and releasing. And wherever in your life you have sorrow, wherever in your life something hasn't worked out that you wanted to work out the way, had expectations, and it brought sadness, to let that go and release that. Because 13 hours later, we have the equinox. The sun goes into Aries, 6:45 Eastern. And by that time, the moon shifted into Aries. And of course, we have the South Node in Aries. We have Uranus in Aries. We have Mars in Aries. So it's a burst of fiery energy on the stage of life saying, hey, just let go and then take action. Where do you want to take action? And where it shows for you to take action is developing your own talent, developing your personal resources within, and your gifts within. And not to forget that there's a world out there that you can learn from. You don't have to do it all yourself. Other people have gone the path before. Other people have discovered how to do things. You can find out how they did something that's important to you, that you want to do, and learn from them, whether it's learn from what works for them or learn what didn't work for them, so you don't follow in the same, you don't make the same mistake. So this is an action for energy for you to take in developing your skills. And on the 17th of March, Venus had gone into Taurus. And Venus in Taurus is in a part of your chart that says find value in learning, in reading. So there can be some books that come along your way, or something that you want to learn that comes along the way that you discover, hey, that really has value for me. And we finished the month with Mars going into Taurus, and where Venus went on the 17th, and to finding value on what you can learn, what you can read. And Mars is the action. So you could be taking action in that. And also saying that you could speak up, speak your truth. The energy can be about speaking your truth, finishing out the month and going into April. Thanks for listening. Have a great birthday month, and catch you next month.